And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Swatted a third time. Jeff Metcalf says, unbelievable. Another swatting call to the police tonight. SMH, come talk to me. Man to man, face to face. I will not back down or move. Kick the beehive and see what happens. It's interesting because, you know, we talked about in those videos that were released by the Karmelos, or Anthony's, and you know, supposedly the police had not gotten a report, but here on the other end we have 3 SWATs. And I wanted to show this video because this guy here, Jake Lang, was called out on America's Real Voice. This is the guy that held the protests.
This man lost a 17-year-old. Now, I know you did hard time, brother. Hard time. I think it may have hardened you. This man lost his son. You don't get to dictate.
The guy was locked up for the January 6th stuff, by the way, if you didn't know.
How he should respond, what he should do, where he should be. Now, I agree with you, but I actually take a little different. I think black on black crime is the epidemic, not black on white crime. Mostly it's black on black crime. And I think this kid, Karmelo Anthony, would have killed a black kid because he would have resulted to violence right off the bat because that's how they're trained. But you can't call this poor man names. My Lord, he's putting his son in the ground, Jake.
No, Grant. What needs to happen is a condemnation of the culture that killed his son. He is there groveling at the feet, licking the boots of the people that are making money off his son, that they're selling Karmelo Anthony T-shirts. They kicked him out. They kicked him out. I can't. Grant, you just said you'd let me speak, brother, and you know I have so much respect for you.
I will let you speak, but you cannot.
8-second soundbite. And again, I can't even finish my statement.
Jake.
Yeah, a lot of people said this was disgusting. Some of the commentary going off, and I'm calling him names, calling the father names and stuff. I mean, I can understand somewhat, I guess, where Jake's trying to come from. But yeah, like I said previously, I thought it was like a little too much.
You cannot tell me that Austin Metcalf's father is licking the boots of whatever.
Yes, he
You cannot
is.
say that on here.
In the ISUPK on the Commanding General Yohana, man. This is the Lord's work right here, man. This is the Lord's work right here. And this is a good white woman, man. She's showing her deeds, man, to the Lord, man. And the Most High may show favor to her, man, when Christ...
Well, I felt like he was trying to, like, appease. And again, I don't know what his angle is, just my assumptions, you know?
He is there
I'm going to ask you to at least be respectful. I am with you on the culture of violence. I'm with you here. I want that eradicated. I'm going to ask you now to please refrain from criticizing Austin Metcalf's father, okay? And then you can talk.
I cannot, because I serve a God higher than social media clicks or ratings, Grant.
Well, and Jake, unfortunately,
his actions of weakness are causing more Austin Metcalfs every day.
So here's the deal.
Until he's willing to stand
for a
up.
line. I'm famous for a line. I'm famous for a line that says "cut him off now." Probably got me ousted from.
Canceled. Damn, the free speech people canceling each other. White on white crime. Now, there's this show that I came across today, and I just want to play, I think, 1 or 2 snippets. And they're talking about, I didn't even realize this, but they're saying Austin Metcalf's dad had reached, or not reached, he raised the goal to $1 million. I think, personally, Lang's just pissed because the dad, like, turned him down, but not only turned him down, he kind of pretty much told him, go F yourself type of thing, you know?
Millions of dollars made, T-shirts, heroic. He hates us, but he can't even say, hello, they're racializing it on the other side. He hasn't made a comment to New York Post, to Fox News.
That's the one thing I said in my previous video, you know, because the followers saying that these people are racializing it. And again, I understand why he wouldn't go up on stage or align himself. I just think maybe it could look bad for the case. Right now, just the dad needs to grieve, do his thing. But the way things happened that day, the guy walked up to him with the phone and this conversation happened and it went out of control. I think Jake feels some kind of way about that. And so
It was about them racializing, Karmelo Anthony's family racializing things.
It seems like he's an individual that understands narratives and understands him being white. Unfortunately, liberal media, whatever media would claim he's racist for even speaking about that. So I kind of feel like that. I don't think
That's a
he likes them.
problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Yes, liberal media won't allow white people to criticize black people. It's a problem that is prevalent today. But in addition to that, I think it's a little bit more simple. He's grieving. I just don't know, like I said, I don't know how everyone to grieve. And we feel all kind of things. First we deny, and then we get sad, and then it's anger. I don't know what process of grieving he's going through. It's just out of grieving. I don't know. Just for the simple fact that it could be a reaction to grieving. I can't really pinpoint as to why.
Let's address this. Elephant in the room.
I think this is the GoFundMe part I wanted to show.
Was Jeffrey Metcalf grieving? April 2nd, Austin Metcalf is murdered with a knife to the chest. Knife was plunged into his chest. April 2nd, Jeffrey Metcalf goes on to GoFundMe, writes this big, fluffy, long explanation, and originally sets the goal that he wants to raise as $6,000. Edward, click the goal, $510,000. April 2nd, he sets up this Give, Send, Go. First of all, let's criticize that. What is wrong with this man? The blood of his son is still soaking into the ground, crying out for justice.
I thought it was very tasteless, too, when he went on the school property. One, it was really stupid to be like, I'm trespassing and announcing it and posting it. But two, taking the picture or video of the allegedly blood on the scene. I don't know if that was really blood. I feel like he was pissed off about what happened with the father, so he wanted to do that to rub it in his face.
He's on Give, Send, Go, or this is GoFundMe, setting up a fundraiser. What is wrong with you, you demented freak? How could you ever have that as your first reaction, even within a day, a week? I can't believe that's not called grieving. That's called grifting. That's not called grieving. That's called grifting. Then
that's really hard to say, man. I think that's reaching, obviously his opinion. I thought the forgiveness thing was really, really fast. I did think that, but again, it's not for me to feel that or grieve, or I'm not the person that lost a child. And I think, like I said, and we talked about this, the whole but the forgiveness thing, like we talked about it, and the father said it himself. It's like, I'm forgiving for myself, not for you type of thing. But I also think it's like a coping thing. I do. I think for some people that's how, because I could only imagine, and I don't ever want to have to feel that type of, I don't know, that anger, sadness, everything could probably eat you alive. You might become somebody else. You might not be able, some people don't make it past that.
That very same day, he changes the goal from 6,000 to 9,000 to 12,000. He changes it 7 times. He's sitting behind his computer on April 2nd, changing the total fundraising goal to continue to, if you make it $6,000, then it reaches 6,000 and people don't want to donate. So you keep on raising the goal. He's sitting on April 2nd, raising the goal 7 times, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a grieving father. That is a grifter. There's something dementedly wrong with this man. I don't think he was really involved.
So what I will say, if that is true, that all those increases in one day, that is odd. Like April 2nd, like if there was like 6 or 7, I think he's going to try to show some screenshots here.
But Jake Lang got him. Jake Lang got on the bus. Told you it was 510,000 last night. Okay, scroll down. Okay. We know what we're talking about. He was at 94% of raising money for what? We don't know. What funeral cost? A $500,000 funeral or $500,000 Jaguar for his dad? Yep. So that was the proof of the
okay.
Here's April 2nd.
Okay.
Starts off.
6,000.
Well, I want to see one more thing, but we're going to talk about this. Starts off 6,000. Blood is soaking into the ground where his son died. His His twin brother has a t-shirt that has not even been laundered yet of his brother's blood that's soaked into him. But dad is at home making sure that this GoFundMe goes from 6,000 to 9,000 to 13,000 to 20,000. Now show the next. He literally sits there and changes it 7 times on April 2nd. What a freak of nature, a sociopath, a sperm donor, not a father. Disgusting.
That's weird. It was something interesting too, because I was talking to somebody about this, and we haven't really heard much from the mother. Like I think she was on TV at first. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but mom's been just kind of quiet and gone. Dad's been very vocal. Really interesting to see this.
I condemn Jeff Metcalf. Anybody that stands with him stands for grifting. But he doesn't have a right to stand with his son's killers and condemn his son's supporters. You say he's grieving. I don't know everybody grieving the total 7 times. And as you're
Seems like it could possibly be the dude that was behind him. I hear he's a PR. So it's a PR company that he was working with. I feel like he's been advised to do that. As to why, I just don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think he would need that much money.
Pretty strange, odd stuff. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Check out the playlist. Hit the like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. Peace. Bye.